would be attacked by a tiger in the middle of the Nevada desert at night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you did throw in the angle of that the tigers came from some fucking lunatic who had them illegally, which, you know what? I'm more than willing to believe that shit happens. You know what I mean?
And smart ass Eddie's like, well, I hope the tigers are okay.
Oh, I'm sure the tigers are fine. They might be a little buzzed for the next couple of days, but they'll be fine.
But yeah, I don't know. That was my AI weekend. It'd be fun to make AI videos of a man being eaten by a tiger.
Sure, why not? A lot of the media bullshit is fake anyway. Why not just make some like The Onion or something? You just make your own bullshit articles.
Yeah, it wasn't good. There's nothing good about it. I do think the tiger attack, the actual attack, was hilarious. I mean, come on.
Yes. Yeah, it's just so out of nowhere.
I got to put that up before we leave that. I was like, that bit's so good. I got to recycle that. So, Marco, what's been going on this week? I've been pretending to be dead.
Yeah, pretend to be dead. Nothing much. I've just been busy. I went and restocked on Mustache, and I am currently smoking a cartridge from Higher Standards that is called, and I shit you not, Titty Sprinkles.
Oh, the best. The best.
Yes. And I will say, I get where the sprinkles come from, but it has titty on it, so of course I'm gonna get it.
I love titties. I mean, everything about titties is good.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where, like, I'm not a picky guy when it comes to my weed, so you could name it whatever the fuck you want. I'm like, does it get you high? Great. But on some occasions, there's some strains that are like Titty Sprinkles and Alaskan Thunderfuck, where every now and then they name it something like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like when you go to these dispensaries too, it's just like nobody, they sell you the shit that doesn't sell it.
No. No, you can't.
These fucking bud tenders are fucking evil because you go in like, hey man, what do you recommend? And they're like, oh, well, look at, I got a big pile of this shit I need to move today. This shit's really good, bro. It's fire. No, it's not. It's the shittiest weed that nobody wants, but now all of a sudden it's your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. And also I hate it when I just go in and I say I need 3 cartridges, and then they just pull out like a dozen of them, and just like, this one's more of a like melt in the couch kind of high, and this one's more of an energy kind of high. I'm just like, yeah, it's great. I'll take this one, this one, this one. He's like, oh, did you want to read like the potency or anything? I'm like, no, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It works. I don't care about THC count. I just want to get high.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the THC count even means shit, because I am sure I've gotten stupid high on like 86% more so than I have on like a 95%. I could have sworn. You know what I mean?
Well, people used to get fucking lit at like 13% THC back in the day. Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to kind of figure out too, as I smoke more, is that maybe a little lower THC level is better.
Yeah.
To get more, I want more of that like 1980s, 90s, like giggling and eating a lot of Oreo cookies. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
Yeah, that is one thing that I will argue against, is like, obviously the show is called Too Stoned and we are weed advocates. But the one thing I will say about the weed industry is that shit is horrid. They grow that shit under lights 24/7. They cover it in pesticides, and they just make it super fucking potent. They stunt it the hell, and there's just nothing natural about it at all. Whereas opposed to if you got something from a buddy of yours, or if you grew of some of your own and you knew what you were doing, then yeah, you could get something that was a lot more of like the old school shit because you're not pumping it full of fucking drugs.
Yeah, and an unnatural lighting too. It does something to the weed that just doesn't make it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well,
It doesn't
yeah,
give you that high. It gets you like paranoid.
yeah,
It gets you. I don't know. You either get super paranoid, or you're fucking passing out.
yeah. Well, think about it. Plants photosynthesize. That's how they grow, and that's how they consume energy is through the light. Well, all plants eventually go through a cycle where they photosynthesize, and then it gets dark, and then they stop. Then they photosynthesize, and then they stop. Well, if you make a plant do that 24/7, what the fuck do you think that's going to do to the plant? You're not giving it a chance to rest. It's just going to. I mean, I guess that's kind of the point is that you want to stunt it and grow it so you get the maximum output for harvest. But again, it's like that doesn't sound like a good thing for a plant. I might be talking out of my ass here. I don't necessarily have a green thumb, but I'm just saying.
Well, no, I mean, and then you'll have a lot of these bad grows in like Missouri and Ohio where they're just finding up first marijuana grows that are
Mm-hmm.
legal, and they're growing it just like you're saying. People are getting sick.
Yep.
In the meantime, there is 1,000,000 pounds of Mendocino premium Los Angeles grown Mendocino County weed grown out, no pesticides, the old fashioned way, that can't get shipped across state lines. And it's the stupidest thing ever.
It really is. It really is. Oh, speaking of a shit ton of weed, I'm sure that you've seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so you know that house that they shot the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in? Um, so that house belonged to a family, and the family actually lived in that house while they were shooting that movie.
What?
Yes,
Really?
I'm not even kidding. And and while they were shooting the movie, they noticed that behind the house there was, I think if I remember correctly, there was about a half an acre of like these just gnarly looking plants just in the back of the house. And upon further inspection, yeah, it was weed. And the family had no fucking clue. They just thought it was weeds and they just left it there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so,
How could you sleep at night knowing that movie was after watching that movie and it's your place?
yeah, A, that's your place. And B, can you imagine you just got the deal where it's like, hey, here's $1,000. We're gonna shoot this horror film in your house, and you're just in the kitchen minding your own business, eating like dinner with your family. He's like, so how was school? It's like, oh, it was good. And then upstairs you just hear, oh my God, and someone's running. You know what I mean? And you just have to sit there and goes like, okay, just 3 more months of this shit, just 3 more months.
3 more months every day. And that is one of the most disturbing with the leather face.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most disturbing one out there.
Yeah, that's one that compared to a lot of other like psychopathic killers that are out there, Leatherface is one that is just so disturbing in the sense of like pretty much every adaptation of him that I have seen at least. He's just so unbelievably stupid that he cannot be reasoned with. You know,
and them doing it at the real house really just makes it look real. You know, it doesn't have that fake Hollywood vibe to it like Friday the 13th. We can tell you're not in the woods. We can tell you're on a soundstage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Also, another little fun fact on that movie was I don't remember when exactly, but I do remember that there was a scene where Leatherface sliced a woman's finger with a knife and made her finger bleed, and then they used the blood for like I think it was like for a topping on the dinner or something like that. And so the scene was that they had like a pump rigging system behind the knife so that he would fake like he sliced her finger and then blood would splurt out. But every time they tried, it just didn't look right. And then the actor just went, fuck it, and sliced her finger.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that scene was genuine.
I got to rewatch that movie again. It's been probably 10 years. I don't like the new ones. I like the original.
Honestly, the original one is objectively awful, but that's why I like it.
I do too. It's just, I love awful shit. I'll sit and watch awful shit all day.
Oh, you want to talk about awful movies? I've got some for you. You ever heard of Officer Down?
For some reason, maybe. Who's in it?
I don't remember. But apparently it was based off of a graphic novel series, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But basically, imagine Judge Dredd, but way more retarded.
Oh, okay.
That's Officer Down.
Officer Down.
Yeah, and the movie of Officer Down was directed by a clown from Slipknot.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, if you have seen that movie, it is quite possibly in my top 10 like worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It is so bad that you can't help but watch it because you're just like, I have to see how this bullshit ends. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to say that Officer Dowd.
No, Officer Down.
Down.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I wonder if they shot that in Des Moines, Iowa.
Maybe they did. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't look that deep into it.
You know what the scary thing is about the clown from Slipknot? He looks scarier with his mask off. That guy is a fucking creep.
Yeah, out of all of those guys that are in Slipknot, that dude is like legitimately fucking creepy.
Yeah, he looks like fucking Vince from WATP. That fat guy with the beard.
But somehow creepier.
And I know you're heartbroken today. I know your hero was jailed last night.
Okay, first of all, what made you think he was my hero?
I mean, who doesn't like Justin? I mean, he's a great actor. I don't know what movies he's ever done that were any good, but he's a great actor.
Yeah.
What movies was he? I don't even know what movies he's even in.
Well, I can't remember any movies that he was in, but if I remember correctly, wasn't he in Sync?
Yes.
Yeah, and then he went solo, and he was the one that made it, which I mean, good for him, but not so much now, I guess.
He's the guy that got everybody in trouble for ripping Janet Jackson's titty out.
Yeah, and he got away scot-free for that shit. That's nuts.
This is one of those guys, no matter what he does, nobody gives a shit. He's pretty. He's not. I think he looks like a dork. I think the guy's a dork. I don't know. He looks like fucking Dan Soder.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his music. I don't necessarily hate it, but I just think it's whatever. But I will say, when this happened and I saw the article of him, the first thing that popped into my mind was that bit from Hannibal Buress was I wish that drunk drivers would stop bumping into shit because they're ruining it for all of us good drunk drivers.
I like how he says, I only had one martini. What guy that's ever gotten caught for a DUI has ever said, you know what? I was shit-faced. I deserved it. Not one ever. Everybody lies.
Yeah. It's your first instinct to lie, even if you are fucking plastered. You just go like, okay, maybe I could bullshit my way out of this.
Yeah, I remember I got 3 DUIs before I was 21.
Yeah.
Because in Wisconsin, they give you DUIs. It's like everybody's got a DUI in Wisconsin because we're all drunks.
Well, what the fuck else are you going to do?
I remember one night I drove my truck into a ditch. I'm trying to back out. The cop comes up and he's knocking at the door, and I'm still got the floor trying to get it. And he goes, "You been drinking?" 12 beer cans just laying on the floor. No, not at all, man. Just my friend wrecked his truck. I'm trying to get it out for him. He's like, "Get the fuck out of the truck."
Yeah.
And I was like, and then, of course I told everybody that I only had like a couple of beers. I don't know why they got me for a DUI.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I had 16.
Yeah.
At 14 years old. But, first 14-year-old in my hometown to get a DUI, by the way.
Hey, that's something. That's an achievement.
That goddamn Uncle Jimmy fucking whipped my ass after that. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm sure, and you deserved it. Really, I've never driven drunk or stoned. I try to avoid it if at all possible. But there was one time where when I was living in Seattle, I lived in Seattle very briefly, but when I did, I was hanging out with some coworkers. I worked at a Jimmy John's and I delivered on a bike because
Oh no! Oh my God!
yeah. Well, it made
Jesus!
sense. Yeah, I almost died more times than I cared to count. But that's beside the point. Anyway, but at the time when I was working there, I was 20, so I couldn't go out drinking with the rest of the crew. So there were some times where they would just go get it, they would go get some vodka, and then we'd go to the back alley and just have some drinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, after work drinks, everybody has them.
Yeah, we're closing. Nobody's gonna show up. We're just minding our own business. So we pass the bottle around, we have some drinks, and then we just go walking around and just being dumbasses at 11 or 12 o'clock. And then eventually we got hit with the fucking spotlight from a cop car, and they told us to stop. And I recognized the voice. Now, like I said, I delivered Jimmy John's on a bike, but you know who else rode around on a bike? These cops during the daytime. I saw them all the time. And so they recognized me. They turned off the spotlight. They came up to me and they called me by name and they said, "What are you doing out here?" And I just leaned in because they didn't know how old I was. So I just leaned into how drunk I was. I was like, "Oh, I'm just hanging out with my friends, And they just looked at me and they went, "Go home." And I went, "Okay, see you later, guys." And I just fucked off.
Yeah, the MIPs are no fun.
No.
No, I had a few of those too growing up.
Yeah,
imagine that, right?
And they come from out of fucking nowhere too.
Yeah, I know. One time you're just sucking a guy up and drinking some vodka behind an Arby's, and next thing you know, you're in jail. I don't know.
But whoa, you want to rewind that last part?
I meant Arby's, vagina, eating vagina. I meant wink, wink.
At an Arby's.
Welcome everybody to our first Pride moment of the month. Thank you.
It took us long enough. We're halfway through the month. That was bound to happen at some point.
So yeah, poor Justin only had one martini. He doesn't know why. Now I know everybody's making fun of me for faking the tiger death, but I really put the monolith out in the Vegas desert.
You faking your death was a cover.
Yes.
Okay.
I was throwing people off. It was a sleight of hand.
Well, why are Johnny's fingerprints on it? Oh, he was running from the tigers. He must have passed through here.
Yeah. My dad was right, literally a half a mile away from the tiger attack.
What a coincidence.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's what's going on there. The monolith. Who gives a shit? Aliens are not dropping that anywhere. Do you believe that?
I'm more willing to believe that that's fake, or again, someone probably put that there just to psych somebody out. Do I believe that there are aliens out there? Absolutely. I'm more than willing to believe that there is no way that this is the only spinning rock in this entire universe that has intelligent life. But have they visited us? Fuck if I know. I haven't seen any. You know what I mean?
We keep trying to visit them.
Yeah, we keep trying. We haven't found shit. Every planet that we've been to is yeah, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I think a lot of the UFOs that we do see are unmanned UFOs. I think they're exploratory vehicles like we send out to Mars.
Yeah, for sure. And it also would make a lot more sense that they would send out just probes as opposed to actual vessels.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they did probe Sammy Hagar.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Did he say he was abducted by aliens?
He did. He did.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah. He said that they came and got him out of his bedroom back in San Diego back in the day. Told him he was going to be a superstar because he has alien DNA. And I'm thinking, when you think about it, the guy is 76 years old, going on tour, singing better than he did when he was in Van Halen now. Is he an alien? Did he get the poke?
I mean, maybe he did, but also that would imply that Sammy Hagar's music is the music of the universe. Like, that's the aliens' music they were listening to when they were faster than light traveling their asses all the way over here.
They apparently love tequila. Mas tequila. No. Aliens like tequila and bad anthems.
Yeah, because I mean, nobody wants them. They just take the ones that nobody on Earth wants.
Now, I imagine myself. I'm just kind of moving things along. I don't know where I'm at tonight. This is a fucking shit show. But I wanted to get to something before we left tonight. If I was a cop. Okay, imagine you're a cop, right?
Sure.
And you pick up this chick. She's hot. She's got her titties out. She's in the back of your squad car. And she goes, "Hey, Daddy, I'm down to fuck." Hey, do you know what the cop did?
He did?
You got to check this out. This is the funniest thing ever.
Okay. We're just going to go to my car right here, okay? Follow me. Is this car right here? On the other side of my car.
I mean, she's not like a hot chick or anything, but...
Yeah.
Taking her to jail.
Oh, you're not? Well, I can't hear you now.
I'm down to fuck right now.
I said don't say that right now.
Wait, homie's name is Officer Hare.
Right now.
Officer Hare. I said pubic. Ah. Oh my god. All of a sudden his body cam goes dark.
Yep, there he goes.
God, you can't even get a good old blowjob in the back of a police car anymore. I'm telling you, it sucks.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Why become a cop then?
I thought the uniform was supposed to attract the ladies. Isn't that the point?
Officer Hare. The dumb son of a bitch locked himself in the back of his own car. Oh my god.
Alright, sir, step out of the vehicle for me.
Oh man, what's that smell? Don't worry about it.
Wait for it.
Okay,
This is the best part of the video.
She's code 4? She's code 4. Okay, yeah, I'm turning this off real quick.
She's going to win a lawsuit. So later, I guess I put the wrong clip up, but later on they found semen on his belt buckle.
Oh, you don't say.
He she sucked him up in the back of his car, and he forgot the doors don't open.
Oh, the dude was so horny that he locked himself in the same cage she was in.
God, it sucks being a man, doesn't it?
I mean, it would suck to be a man without control.
I don't know if I could be a cop. Like I said, there's some tits bouncing. I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and her tits are bouncing up and down on the bumps, and she goes, "I'm down to fuck right now." You're like, boy, I could,
Yeah, I mean there is that, but also I couldn't be a cop because I know for a fact that I would let people go. You know what I mean? Like if anybody gave me a story where they're just like, "Look, man, you can't bring me in. If you bring me in, I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life. I can't fucking go to jail." You know what I mean? I was like, I can't do that. I'm not going to ruin somebody's life. You know what I mean?
It's horrible. I had a buddy that was a cop. He always wanted to be a cop. Up in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
and he would go out and he wouldn't write any tickets. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just collecting a check. And they'd bring him in and scream at him every week. You got to get your tickets up. And he's like, there's only 1,500 people in this town. Do I got to manufacture crimes? What do you want me to do? Nobody does shit out here.
Well, actually, that's exactly what they wanted him to do.
You're not writing enough. He said, well, not enough people are breaking the law. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, people are following the rules. The fuck you want me to do?
That's what's got to suck being a small time cop. You're just like, yeah, I had nothing to do. Hey, you want a blowjob in the back of your car? No, I don't want. Let's not do that. Can you imagine being a cop in the 70s, though? Oh my God, the shit them guys got away with.
Right?
They would straight up just bang a chick right on the hood of the car. I mean, there's no cameras anywhere.
Oh yeah, you could get away with so much more shit back then.
And then if somebody did take a picture, you had 2 weeks to find them and beat them up and take the film from them.
Right?
It wasn't going online. You could stop them on the way to Walgreens with a gun to the head and go, give me the film. There was no sending it over the internet.
Oh yeah, you could go into well, shit. You could probably walk around with a gun and literally rob a place, and nobody would find out about it at least until the next morning, because it would take them forever to figure out what the fuck was going on.
You know, he pissed. Everybody respected the cops back then. You didn't see them mouthing up like they didn't do today.
Yeah, that's one where it's it's that phrase. There's a very fine line between bravery and stupidity. But that's a really good example of that. Where I'm just like, you could argue that that's very ballsy that you're mouthing off to a cop, but also I would say that you are very fucking stupid.
Getting back to your bad movie ideas, Officer
Yes.
Doom.
Officer Doom.
How about a group of New York cops get put in a time machine, and they go and patrol the streets of, like, I don't know, San Diego, where all the people are going, yeah, I know my rights. Because, yeah, you got the right to get out of the fucking car before I shoot you and toss a gun in your car. Do we really need to take him in to teach him a lesson? No, we're just going to beat him to an inch of his life in an alley. That should turn him around.
Yeah, he'll plead guilty in no time.
And they would, during the afternoon, they'd swing by the nurse college and bang nurses in their cop cars all day. I mean, being a cop must have been the shit.
Well, yeah.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah, until you got caught.
None of them guys got caught. All them old cops are rich.
Yeah, they all got lawyers. They're fine.
Do you know how many times in the 70s, too, the cops came in and busted a guy selling drugs and then looked over the pile of cash and went, we can go home early, not do any paperwork, and take $50,000 with us? You're all right. Stop selling for a couple of weeks, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And also, again, that's another thing about not being able to be a cop, is that even not even a bribe, like if I busted a drug dealer and I saw a fat pile of cash, I'd just be like, yes, I will handle this evidence. Don't worry about it.
I remember that actor guy that got busted for the pot. I can't remember his name. He was on like Schwab Show and all those shows, but he said, I had $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy goes, what do you guys make a year? 38 grand? There's a fucking $500,000 right here. And all you have to do is turn your head for 3 seconds take the money and pretend you never came over here. And I will never come back. I'll never sell drugs here again. And they're like, oh, you're trying to bribe us. That's an extra charge. And they're like, why wouldn't you take that money? Honest cops? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I thought you guys were trying to run a business here.
Unbelievable. And the firefighters, too. I talked to a lot of firefighters back in the day. They would all be shit-faced when they fought fires. Absolutely fucking hammered.
Well, yeah, it's called liquid courage for a reason.
And those guys would run into a building with no fucking anything on, just running naked into a fire and grab babies and throw them out windows and just do crazy shit. And now we throw those guys off the force.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess operating a fire truck while under the influence is not the smartest idea, but is it fun? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Could you imagine ripping a 12er down?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're just flooring it down the road. Everyone has to get the fuck out of your way, and you're just knocking back a cold one. The sirens blaring. It's like, I'm fucked up. Where's the fire at?
And they used to be able to bang women in the firehouse.
Yeah.
They'd bend them over the trucks. Could you imagine? We had like Time Machine Fireman show too. We could do police, fire. The first night, the commander's watching these guys bending chicks over fire trucks.
This is starting to sound like a porno.
Banging them in the chili room.
The chili. Oh yeah, that was the other thing, is that they had a dedicated chili room. Every single firehouse.
All you do is get fucked up and eat chili all day. It sounds like a great time. Hang out with your buddies. And now the firehouses are full of vegan chilies. I mean, because we got the women around. Once the women come around, it all goes to hell.
Is this you pandering to our older listeners?
Yeah. That's me drying up every vagina that's listening tonight.
So all two of them?
Yes, they were really, really, I don't know what's going on tonight.
Me neither, to be honest.
This is weird. It's been a weird show.
Yeah.
And I think I learned a lesson tonight.
Well, I'll say my piece, but go ahead. What's yours?
I know our sativas. You know what happens? This is what happens to me. All right. So Sunday night, I'm like, I'm bored. Do I really want to do another fucking clip show? I want to do something different. I'm just bored. And I'm smoking a sativa and I'm getting quote unquote creative. When I get creative, that means everything's going to hell. And I'm writing this script out. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get eaten by a tiger. Yeah. And I'm going to kill a man in the desert in the middle of the night. That's going to go over well.
Yeah.
And I want to put a button on it right now. All right. I do want to play it one last time. Can I play it? Marco, can I play it one more time, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Because after this, I'm going to bury those shows. And I'm going to edit the first part of tonight's show out.
Yeah, probably for the best. I'm sure that there was a lot of people listening live right now. They were just like, oh, God, what the fuck are they doing?
And you're just going, well, what are you doing? Our show's rolling. What are you doing to our show with this stupid shit? You can't even keep your accent straight. You can't. Oh, God.
I mean, I like right around when I was starting to think like, oh, maybe he prepared for this. Maybe he's practiced, and then you went British. I was like, oh nope, there it goes.
I couldn't find it. I'm so high, I could not find my original accent. Buried a bit. All right, one more time, because I think. By the way, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. But I'm high. Nearly killed his whole family. And he had to go out through the desert to go find help. He wasn't going to make it. The buzzards were circling. He had his pants on his head. That day, Clark Griswold learned a hard lesson. The desert is a tough place, my friends. It's full of people that are not good. It's full of naked Indian gentlemen that make fun of your podcast. Oh my God! It's full of freaks and weirdos and all kinds of things that go out there. You did not see the right naked Indian today. It's so we destroyed. Everybody that was listening just Indian fucking left. Today. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Whoa! This has been a great night out here. Oh, the temperature's great. This fire's great. The company's great. Oh, God. Soothing. Oh, I recommend everybody go out to the desert one night and take in the nice moon air. Maybe have some mushrooms and all kinds of hallucinogenic cocktail. 18 different hallucinogenics in one.
I'm going to have to shoot the fake Johnny to shut this up, but I don't know which one's which.
Word up. 23 decisions in a one night stand. Oh, my God. Listen, how a man 12 years of broadcasting mixed in a jar with a vampirus. 2 minutes it took. Desert air, fire. To ruin my career. An Ford F-150, a mattress.
And you have no
a man with his radio and his dreams.
I literally had nothing to do with this.
Oh, I'm blaming the Sativas. Beautiful night. Man, is there a guy coming up on a motorcycle? What is that? I hear motorcycle. Do you hear motorcycle? Do you hear it? What the fuck? What the fuck? Where's a fucking tiger out here? What the fuck? Jesus Christ, no. No. Holy shit, no. Oh, shit. Get a death by a fucking tiger. Oh, my God. Fucking humanity. Oh, my legs. Oh, the humanity. Oh, God, it hurts. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm like, it was so bad that everybody that was on listening just left.
I will say the sound of you getting mauled was pretty funny.
Now we got to just clip the mauling. Get rid of the I don't know. All right. Sometimes, sorry, we do a skit, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. This one did not work.
Yeah, we tried. I mean, I was going to say my piece was that you miss all the shots that you don't make. You made your shot, and it didn't work. Well, whatever. We'll just work on the next one. That's fine. Well, since you're done with that bit, one thing that I would like to bring up to you is that one thing I completely fucking forgot about, and I feel bad about it, was that we actually passed the anniversary of Killdozer.
Killdozer?
I believe it was in Colorado. It was the guy who put 12-inch thick steel on a bulldozer and just went on a rampage through his town.
Oh, yeah. That guy. Yeah. That fucking guy lost his shit.
Uh-huh.
It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are starting to the public opinion is starting to sway in favor for him, and I'm glad that's the case, to be honest. There was a lot of people that considered him a domestic terrorist, and I understand why, but at the same time, I kind of view it as no, you just pushed a man to a point where he just couldn't take it anymore, and he just decided to go out swinging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you finally say you can only get fucked over so many times before you just say, you know what? Killdozer.
Yeah. And also, excuse me. Are you familiar with a profile called Whistling Diesel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So apparently he's going to be making his own Killdozer.
No way.
Yeah, like exact specifications. He's going to be making his own Killdozer.
I love that guy. He just wastes so much money on the stupidest shit.
Did you see that one where he made like the fucking supercharged General Lee?
Yes.
Just I mean, that thing was already a hunk of shit. I mean, well, I shouldn't say it's a hunk of shit. It's a boat on wheels is the thing. And then you made it like fucking 3 times faster. You're going to fucking die.
I can't believe the way he fucks around with those trucks.
Yeah.
The best one was when he was driving his Lambo out in the cornfield.
Yeah.
And the corn caught on fire, and his $250,000 car burnt to the ground.
Yep. Well, yeah, I imagine he was gunning it, and it was just shooting liquid. It was just shooting burning fuel out of the exhaust, and it caught the fucking corn patch on fire.
And I'm going to tell you, ladies, right now, every single one of us guys, we would change with Whistling Diesel any day. I would love to fuck around on a big acreage like that with trucks and monster trucks and Toyotas and that fucking Toyota truck of his.
Listen, you could tell me that, like, hey man, I just got a new pistol. You want to shoot it? Like, hey, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
Yep.
it doesn't take much. It's like, you want to go blow something up, you want to go destroy something, you want to go fuck up this car, you want to, I don't know, you want to go fishing. Like, yeah, it doesn't really take much for me to want to go do something stupid.
Nope. All you gotta do is ask.
Yep.
I'm down for anything stupid at any time.
Yeah, if you got the time and the place, I'm down.
I would love to have a Whistling Diesel compound one day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'd be working on a car and the lift would car would crush me or something. Something stupid.
Yeah. Something stupid would happen. But I mean, I've seen rednecks pull some crazy shit without having to, the use of like hydraulic lifts or like other shit. It's crazy what you can come up with when you're poor and you have no other alternative.
Yeah, just a piece of 2x4 wood and a couple of buddies to put the car up.
There's that one. See, do I have time for this story? Yeah, I could probably squeeze this one in. To make an incredibly long story short, my dad at one point when he was a teenager, he was fixing, I think it was I hope I get this right because he's gonna kill me if I get it wrong, but I believe it was a Dart. It was a Dodge Dart, and and it was my uncle or his uncle's, and his uncle told him that if you fix it and you buy the parts and you fix it yourself, then you could take it. It's yours. First car, Dodge Dart, made it himself. It was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like a good deal to me. So next few months he came out there and eventually fixed it, but then it was time to fix the body because it had been in a wreck previously. Now it's a unibody car.
Oh.
So how are you going to fix the body if it's been in a wreck and it's a unibody car? Well, my uncle he basically hitched one end to a tree, like a really strong, really big tree, and then hitched the other end to the back of a 1-ton and stretched the car. Literally lifted it off the ground and stretched the car to where you could hear it go like the metal was bending, and then he would just come out with a like one of those bubble ruler things where you would like measure the angle of stuff. Like he would just come out with one of those and a rubber mallet and just bonk 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 bonk, and then go back in, stretch it some more, and then look at it, just bonk 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 bonk, stretch it some more, and then went, yeah, it's good.
And absolutely, I see a man with a cigarette in his mouth doing that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was smoking a cigarette, probably drunk off his ass the whole time. And my dad says to this day, he's like, I never had to get that car aligned. It drove straight as a fucking arrow.
And now you go into the goddamn parts store and get everything aligned perfectly, the perfect suspension, and it still won't drive straight.
Yeah, cars are fucked nowadays. Actually, funnily enough, when we had my brother on here and he was talking about how much he hates cars.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Now he's into cars.
Well, that's the next progression. Once you get bored with the guns, then it goes to cars.
Oh, I doubt that his obsession with guns has changed, but I think he's
Oh
just...
no, he'll still keep up with the guns, but now it's the guns and the cars.
Yes, now he's coming around on the car side of things. Speaking of which, I did talk to him, and he is down to come back on the show at some point just to bullshit about whatever. So
Absolutely. Now instead of buying a Colt 45, he's buying a 4-barrel Holly.
Oh, 4 barrels. That sounds like overkill, but that is the American way.
It's got to be a 4-barrel Holly. It's got to be Holly, or he ain't working.
I want real big holes, like a lot of them.
And I'm guilty of watching those shows on cable, the restoration shows.
Like gun restoration?
No, car restorations, like graveyard cars and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are cool, to be honest. Like seeing a car that, like, if you saw that in a barn or something, for someone that has no money or time to do a project like that, I'd just be like, man, this thing's a hunk of shit. It's just like, no, if you know what you're doing, no, it's a fucking brand new car. You just gotta fix it,
Yeah, I watch them and I think, you know what? I'm gonna go to the junkyard and get me a car and I'm gonna fix it. And so you start taking the car apart.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going great. You're labeling everything, and now you got to take the engine out. You never touched a car before, and you're like, you know what? This ain't worth it. I'm gonna go buy a new car.
Yeah, it's either that or take it to a mechanic. I mean, I don't know a lot about cars. I know enough to where I could do basic maintenance on my car, but there are just some things where I'm like, well, this is above my pay grade.
Exactly. They don't tell you that it took them, almost a year and a half to do that car. I'm watching a half-minute show on the Speed Network.
Yep.
They got that goddamn pickup truck brand new in a half hour, and I'm like, man, let's go and get an old truck in a half hour. We'll have it ready to go.
Oh no! It's never a half-hour job. Anytime you're working on your car, you're like, oh, this will take me an hour, maybe 2. No, it's 6.
Every time because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No, even if you think you do, and you looked up everything you need to, you still just look at it and just be like, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I remember the last time I fixed my brakes, and I take it in to get my tires changed, and he goes, I didn't talk to you about those brakes. Some idiot did your brakes. And I'm like, oh, really? Really, some fucking nincompoop, huh? Some asshole did the brakes, huh?
Some jerk, some dumbass, huh? Some real dipshit, huh? You don't say, huh?
Huh? Yeah, I was kind of wondering why these brake pads were going bad every 3 weeks.
Well, what the fuck do you do to your brakes?
I got rid of the boots. I lost the boots, the little rubber boots that you put on the calipers.
You fucking lost those?
I lost them. Like, what are these anyways? I'll just put a little extra grease on them to be fine. Well, the calipers would just lock. They get rusted. They just lock in place. It would just rub the pads the whole time I was driving.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god, that would explain it. You just took out the fucking plastic. Like, what the fuck is this for?
This just must be for decoration. What the fuck is it? They don't tell you that they're gonna rust.
I mean, if you read the manual, then maybe. But why would you read that?
It's like, I don't know what these extra things, these extra clips and shit. I don't know. It's the car's stopping. Who gives a fuck?
You really should at least look up a YouTube video.
Oh, I did watch the YouTube video. That's
okay. You should watch more YouTube videos.
Yeah, and I'd recommend have a mechanic look at it.
Yeah, you just need to make friends with a mechanic.
Let a mechanic fuck your wife a couple of times. Instant discount.
I mean, you're gonna have to get a wife.
Oh, I had one that did that. Never mind.
Oof, burned yourself there.
It's okay. She admitted it on air.
Oh well, if that's old news, then.
Yeah, she went from having a $1,200 tire rechange to one that was $400. You know, she came home with grease marks in the back of her neck. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I could put two and two together there.
How did you get wheel grease on the back of your neck?
Yeah, she took a look at the bill and just said, "I'm down to fuck right now."
Exactly. What kind of discount for a blowjob? For an $800 savings, I might even think about blowing the guy. You never know. Pride number 2 spot.
Number
We're
2.
down with Pride. We're down with the Pride Month, bros.
See, you can't call us homophobic.
Nope. Johnny admitted tonight that he will suck a dick to save $800 on tires.
Does that make you a whore, or does that make you pro homosexuals?
That makes me cheap.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately what that means.
All right, man. I think we should, since I fucking wasted first half of the show.
Yeah.
I think we pulled it out.
Yeah.
Then I think we didn't. Then we didn't pull it out, and then we pulled it out again. I mean, that's how good we are.
Yeah. I was rolling with you for a while, and I was going to give you about 20 minutes, but then you tapped out at 15. And I was like, there we go. All right, let's go. Let's get the show going. But
thank God I don't have to do any more Tiger shit on tomorrow night's show.
Yeah, and also one thing that I will say is that I understand why you're using the standard music that StreamYard uses. It's probably easier to just tap their selection, but you do understand that I can pretty much make you anything you want, right? If you need dramatic music, I can make you that.
That would probably be that'd probably be good.
Yeah.
That music was not good tonight. It started.
Yeah, I mean, I would talk about it now, but we got to get the hell out of here.
And I want to make a shout out to Eddie tonight for putting up with this shit all night. He was the one listener that we had tonight. I don't know if the algorithm. I don't understand. I don't understand it.
I'm thinking maybe we might have gotten shadow banned. Or here's a crazy theory: maybe people are asleep right now.
That could be a big thing too. We are really late.
Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think of that, but maybe people have jobs on a Wednesday and they're probably asleep right now.
And that's why you can listen to the replay tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Exactly. So you can listen to it at your leisure. It's just more fun if you could catch us live.
But the problem is, us promoting this right now, saying that you can listen to it at 7 tomorrow, they're not going to know that because they haven't heard the show yet. So how can we promote something in the future at the end of something that already happened?
I'm starting to think going live is kind of pointless.
I'm turning into Terrence Howard to podcasting. It's like one more thing before we go. One of my pet peeves is I'm sitting there watching a show, right?
Sure.
And the commercial is for the show during the show. And it's like, you already got me. You're not going to lure me into the show that I'm already watching. Well, that show looks really good. That show looks really good. Maybe I'll watch it next week. You're watching it now, dummy.
I was thinking you were going down the angle. It's like, hey, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Hey, you know that TV show you were just watching? Man, wouldn't it be great if you were watching this show right now?
The same show.
Yeah, it's the same show.
The marketing is so great. And one last question. I'm sorry, this is going too long, but does Budweiser need to advertise? Is there a point where somebody in America does not know what Budweiser beer is?
I mean, in America, probably not. But I mean, I don't know a damn thing about international markets. Maybe they do for like competing companies if you're trying to sell to like German, like in Germany or Australia or something. But why the fuck would you buy American beer in Germany?
It's like Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
What else? What is Nibs coming in on your action? I mean, You don't need to advertise Cheez-Its. You're the only cheese cracker that anybody wants. There's not like Goldfish have tried, Nibs. What is the other bastard cracker?
I do know what you're talking about. But I can't remember the name of it. But I also do remember that there was a post that somebody made was that the snack Cheez-Its implies the existence of a cheese thems.
Okay, we got our movie idea and our new product sponsored by Cheese Thems.
Yes, cheese thems.
Them fucking Cheez-Its, they've been untouched for too long.
And that way we can't get sued. We're like, no, look, it's a totally different thing.
It's not it. It's all right. Pride.
No. Our
Pride thing number 3.
Yeah,
our crackers identify as them.
Yeah, our crackers identify as them, and instead of they're being square like yours, they're rhombus shaped. See?
Ooh. Now you're talking Toll House.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got time for this week, and it's been a weird show, but I don't know. It's one of those shows.
That was bound to happen at some point, right?
Where we're rolling. You know what? And the other thing is like, everything's going so well. Let's fuck it up.
Yeah, just spice it up every now and then so that next week we have something to talk about.
There's people listening to us. I don't like it.
I know. I say it almost every episode, but who is listening to this show? Why are you listening to this show? We keep telling you this is a bad show.
We keep telling you, but you keep coming back, you sadistic motherfuckers.
But we love you and we appreciate you because, like us, you have nothing better to do on a Tuesday night, and we will catch you on the next Tuesday night.
All right, that's all we have time for. Any Uncle Jimmy got anything to say? I don't like the way you killed my character so quickly into the show. Shut up, Jimmy.
The moon is full and the stars are alive.